There's no doubt that she drove the final nail into this movie's coffin. She probably drove the final 2 or 3 nails into the coffin.
Yeah, right there. Zoom in right there. That's it. 163,000 rating, of which it got 1.6, not out of 5.
This isn't just a PR hiccup. It's a full-blown implosion. Rachel Zegler, once Disney's Golden Girl, is now in freefall, and it's happening in 4K. Her Broadway run tanked so hard they're literally telling people, pay what you want to fill seats. Her new film, not even released and already ghosted by the same Hollywood crowd that once rolled out red carpets for her. And let's be real, this isn't just a cold streak. It's giving career sabotage with a side of public humiliation. You thought low ticket sales were bad? Let's talk therapy overload, onstage breakdowns, and no joke getting hit with tomatoes. In 2025, Rachel Zegler's once promising path to stardom is now a case study in how to lose everything without even dropping a flop movie first. But wait, because the real drama's backstage. People involved with her latest show, Evita, are spilling tea like it's happy hour in hell. Cast and crew are leaking horror stories, and the whispers are turning into headlines. But how did we even get here? Let's rewind. Once upon a time, Rachel was the industry's chosen one. Spielberg picked her out of obscurity to lead West Side Story. And while the box office numbers flopped, the critics swooned. Golden Globe. Check that angelic voice. Check. She had charm, presence, star quality. And then bam, Disney snatched her up. They handed her the role of Snow White and thought they had a future legend on their hands. At first, Rachel played the role well, sweet, grateful, magnetic. But then she started talking. And that's when the love died. In her press rounds, Rachel didn't just fumble, she scorched earth. Instead of celebrating Snow White, she trashed the entire legacy, called the prince a stalker. Brushed off the 1937 film as irrelevant, claimed her version of Snow White wouldn't need a man and wasn't dreaming of true love. Empowerment, maybe, but the delivery, smug, condescending, tone-deaf, fans revolted. Social media exploded. Reddit threads were brutal, and Twitter, a disaster zone. Even Disney insiders were reportedly panicking. One Reddit comment said it best. She basically told Disney fans she hated the movie she's starring in, and that's exactly how it felt. People weren't mad at feminism, they were mad at the arrogance. Rachel went from next big thing to public enemy #1 in a matter of months. But she didn't stop there. Oh no, she decided to take a political blowtorch to her Disney image. During peak election season, she posted, "May Trump, his voters and supporters never know peace. Just why you're Disney's new Snow White and you decide to roast half the country." And when the backlash hit, Rachel didn't back down. She went harder. Meanwhile, Disney pretended nothing was happening. No public statements, no damage control, just silence. But fans weren't quiet. They organized, they posted, they canceled. And the result? The Snow White remake was dead before it even premiered. Word on the street is that Disney has been forced into panic mode. Remakes like Tangled have been scrapped. Lilo and Stitch somehow outperformed Snow White. Insiders say Disney is now hitting the brakes hard. And Rachel Zegler is at the center of the wreckage. It's like the dominoes just kept falling, and Rachel Zegler was at the center of it. All Disney's big reboots. Now in panic mode, projects getting scrapped left and right because one star went rogue. And after all that backlash, what did Rachel do? She tried to stage a comeback, took on the legendary role of Evita at London's iconic Palladium. Huge moment, right? But instead of nailing the show-stopping number from the stage, she pulled a bizarre move singing from the balcony to people on the street. Meanwhile, paying fans inside were forced to watch her on a screen like it was live-streamed karaoke. Yup. Folks paid $500 to be ignored, while strangers outside got a free show. It wasn't art, it was chaos. Memes exploded. Audiences were outraged, and the internet had a field day. What was supposed to be a dramatic, elegant performance turned into viral embarrassment. And once the reviews dropped, the collapse came. Fast attendance tanked. Tickets slashed. Some nights were basically free. Others, pay what you want, desperation. A user online nailed it. This went from West End to Dollar General real quick, and Rachel's comeback. It became another live-streamed meltdown, and here's where it gets even more twisted. her actual performance. Not even bad. Most critics agreed her vocals were strong. She hit the notes, brought emotion, and delivered on stage. But none of that mattered. Her reputation screamed louder than her talent. And insiders started whispering Rachel wasn't just a victim of bad PR, she might have been fueling the fire herself. Word is, she's difficult. Not evil, but intense. One producer claimed she carried herself like a legend after one hit, like she was above the material. And when it came to Snow White, she allegedly tried rewriting lines and clashed with directors over the script's message. One crew member supposedly told a friend she acts like she's smarter than the movie. Yikes. And how did Disney respond? The mouse said nothing. But behind the scenes, panic. The movie got delayed. Editors are allegedly cutting scenes to minimize Rachel's presence. Merch pulled, toys vanished. Posters nowhere to be found. It's like they're erasing her from the brand's soft cancel Disney style. This reboot was supposed to be a safe bet, but now theaters are empty, fans are confused, and the only thing trending is how bad this crash has been. Let's recap the resume, West Side Story acclaimed, but ignored. Shazam 2 flop evitive viral joke, Snow White delayed, dehyped and circling the drain. And now when people hear her name, it's not excitement, it's exhaustion. Didn't she diss the prince? Yep, and that soundbite stuck like gum on a shoe. It followed her into every project since. Rachel Zegler isn't fully canceled, but she's definitely not thriving either. She's floating in that awkward Hollywood purgatory, no buzz, no love, no momentum. Too loud to disappear, too disliked to soar. So where does that leave her? In limbo, somewhere between fame and flame out, between princess and PR nightmare, between the career she dreamed of and the one that's unraveling. Maybe she flew too close to the spotlight. Maybe she thought early applause meant long-term invincibility. Or maybe she was just the wrong face for the wrong remake at the wrong time. Man got hit with all the blame. Either way, the fairy tale's over. Hollywood doesn't wait, and Rachel Zegler's next chapter, that part's still unwritten. But everyone's watching to see if she turns the page or disappears between the lines. Word is, Rachel's team is in scramble mode. Behind the scenes, they've been quietly pitching her for indie roles, those gritty, humble, I'm still just like you characters. You know, the kind that scream rebrand, but the truth, the calls just aren't coming. And like before, studios are skittish, brands are ghosting, and the fans, they're burnt out. One comment said it best, she went from breakout star to walking caution sign, and now Disney. They've moved on fast. That whole machine that once rolled out the red carpet for her, it's churning for someone else now. New faces, fresh names, no baggage. Rachel's spotlight didn't just fade, it got straight up unplugged. But the weirdest part, she's still out here, acting like everything's fine, still smiling on carpets, still doing interviews, like she's not watching the tide pull her career under. But the energy's different now. No glow, just sidees, tension, and awkward silence. In Hollywood, they don't slam doors, they just stop opening them. So, what now? Is there a second act waiting for her? Maybe, but this won't be some Cinderella reboot. This one will take grit, patience, and PR. Miracles. Because now, the comeback would have to happen while everyone's already doubting her. She's not walking back into cheers, she's walking into eye rolls. But here's the twist. Some industry voices are saying she might be more valuable. Now, because of the drama, she gets clicks, one exec allegedly said. That's more than most young stars can claim. OOF. And in a town where scandal sells more than talent, that chaos might actually work. So now there's buzz about her doing a streaming show, playing some twisted version of herself. Picture it, the fallen star, the comeback, the chaos. Sounds like a hit if she plays it right, but big if, because Rachel's not exactly known for timing. Every time things calm down, she hits post on something wild. Whether it's politics, childhood classics, or just more shade, she can't stop stepping in it. She's got talent, with zero filter, and that's the catch. That mix, it either turns you into a legend or turns the industry against you. Word is, her team's split down the middle. Some want her to disappear for a bit, let things cool. Others want her to lean in, own the mess, become the rebel. But either way, the innocent Disney darling image, that's dead. That crown cracked. months ago, so now we wait. Will this be a grungy, raw redemption story? Or just another Krishan saga? Because Rachel Zegler's story ain't done. Not even close. Sis ate the whole tree, torched the forest, then twirled in the ashes like, wait, why didn't y'all warn me? That's not just a fairy tale gone wrong, that's a full-blown Hollywood horror show happening in real time. So what do you think? Is Rachel writing her own villain arc? Or just another celeb crushed by the weight of early fame? Because let's be honest, Celltown loves to raise M up just to watch the fall. And sometimes, that spotlight, it don't heal. It burns. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every single one. Are we about to witness a legendary comeback? Or just one more name lost in the Hollywood recycle bin? If you live for the chaos, trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Like, share, subscribe. I've got more drama than a Bravo reunion and tea hotter than any Housewives table flip. And before you dip, if you haven't seen how Jake Black just reality checked Rachel into next week, click the video on your screen. It's unhinged, unfiltered, and totally insane.